As a youngster, I was always interested in motorsport, cars, motorbikes, any sort of thing that went pretty quick.
I first got interested in planes after going to an air show when I was younger. This big, fast jet just sort of caught my imagination.
Started in go-karts when I was 13 years old. It was just every weekend, me and Dad in the trailer trying to get better, and we sort of got the hang of it pretty quick.
I did okay at school, but my focus at the time probably wasn't really on academics. I was really wrapped up in my sport. It wasn't until later on in high school that I realised that being a pilot in the Air Force was actually a career that I could follow.
It took me a couple months to win my first race, and then from there it sort of got better and better. You started winning more and more events, state titles, and everything just got bigger, quicker.
The first 6 months of pilot training, you're flying the CT4, this little piston-powered aircraft, about 210 horsepower. Every morning when you come in, you get pretty excited.
From go-karts, the next step usually in Australia is into a Formula Ford car. You got more of a tyre, you got suspension, tracks are bigger, tracks are cooler. You have all these sort of things that you never had before.
So after 6 months flying the CT4, you get to move on to the PC9. You've got a lot more power, it goes a lot faster, you can go a lot higher, and you can pull more Gs.
The end of my first year, I won in the national championship race and then took out that whole championship. That sort of caught a few people off guard.
I was lucky enough to get streamed to go fly fighters. Walking out to the Hawk for the first time, it looks like a real fighter jet, and obviously the performance is massively increased, which means basically if you strap that to a 3-ton truck, you could take off vertically.
We spotted Formula One as that top line of any race in the world, and you have to get yourself into Europe.
After finishing 79 Squadron, where you learn how to fly the jet, you come to 76 Squadron, where you learn how to fight the jet. Every fighter pilot in the RAF has been through 76 Squadron, so there's a bit of a feeling of walking in the footsteps of some really great pilots.
Formula Renault in the 1.6 championship was where we wanted to go. We won 9 out of the 15 races, ended up winning the championship with a whole round to go, so there's now another point of limit. The limit has changed, and you've got to find that again.
The next step is to move on to either the Super Hornet or the Classic Hornet. So you can go up to about 1.8 times the speed of sound. You can imagine the leap in performance is just out of this world.
This year we've signed racing in the Formula Renault 2-litre championship, so it's just a step up on the Renault staircase. Every step you take, you've got to pick your level up, you've got to pick your training up, but ultimately it gets you to Formula One. In the 3 years that I've been in the Air Force, I've gone from someone who basically just loves surfing and playing sport at high school to flying multi-million-dollar jets around and fighting simulated dogfights with some of my best mates. I reckon it's the best job in the world.